Okay, great.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back. This is the River Cruising Masterclass, but we're going to take a little bit of a detour, as I have been hinting about lately, which is talking about luxury cruises as well. We have Kelly here from Emerald Yachts, and I don't know if you've heard of it. I hadn't heard of it until I got before I became an advisor. But when I tell you I have been dreaming about these itineraries and this ship, you will not believe it. So, welcome, Kelly.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for
I'm
having me, Sydney. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm so excited to talk about this because I don't think people realize that luxury yachting is more accessible than you think. And so that's why I kind of wanted to bring you on because not only can you do it in the Caribbean, which we're going to talk about, but also the Mediterranean and all of these things. And it's, um, I was surprised on how well priced you guys were and how much of an experience you guys get for that. So, like, what is it that, the Emerald Luxury Yachts, like, I guess we'll do a quick summary of what it
Sure.
is.
Sure. So these yachts, we have two brand new yachts. The first one was built in 2022, the Azura, and the second one is the Sakara, and that was came out last year. So brand new ships, beautiful ships. They're super sleek, super yachts. You really feel like $1 million when you get on board. It's funny, when I traveled on one of the yachts, people were looking at me like I was some movie star. And
I
yachts, like you said, it really does kind of throw people off and they think it's unattainable, but really it is attainable. The price point is such that anyone can travel on a yacht. And it's just a more intimate experience. There are only 100 passengers on board. It's very intimate. We have a beautiful infinity pool. We have the water platform. When we're in the warmer weather, we'll take the water platform out. So it's just a really nice, unique experience. It's almost like your private yacht.
Yeah, and I can avoid 100 people pretty easy if I wanted to pretend it was. I feel like my personality would be insufferable on it. I would just like believe that I was on below deck.
It
Like,
is. That's a great, yeah. I call it below deck on steroids.
yeah. I believe it. So, like, for those people who, as we've talked about before, like the never tried the yacht style cruising or think that like it's gonna, it's not at that price point, like, what is the vibe? Is it like relaxed? Is it personable? Like, how does it feel when you're on board?
It's very relaxed. I call it yachty because it's just very casual. We don't have um, evening gowns and jackets aren't required. It's just a very casual feel. Our crew is in polos and khakis to kind of create that vibe as well. So it's just a very casual, nice, intimate experience. So it's different than the larger cruise ships.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going small with like 300, but I know that you guys have the 100 and it's so nice because you have the ability, as you said, to do the water platform where you can literally just like jump off the back of the boat and swim around in the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, depending on where you are. And that in itself is, I mean, you'll see me on the ship literally next year and I'm no matter what.
And there's a water slide, Sydney, so you can
A
feel like a kid
water
again. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that question is, do you guys, I know you guys don't have a kids club on board, but you guys do allow kids though, right?
12 and up, we
12
do.
and up.
Hmm.
Because I don't think, I mean, at 11, I would be like, I'm 12 and I'm going to be on this water slide.
And we do have these pretty fancy water toys. So we have
Okay.
the sea bobs.
Oh.
So these toys are about $600 to $700, and it's a really neat way to body surf. It
Ooh.
basically takes you around the water. We have a trampoline, we have jet skis, we have paddle boards, we have kayaks. So all of these toys are available at no charge. So, and that's what's nice about the yachts is that they're fairly inclusive. We include all the alcohol, gratuities, transfers. We also include shore excursions as well.
Oh, nice.
There's a few shore excursions that aren't included that are a little more involved, say a snorkeling trip or something like that. But we do provide something every day. We have e-bikes as well, so guests can take those out. We do bike tours, so it's just
How fun. Yeah.
yeah.
I definitely think it's trying to appeal to not only like your classic cruiser, but those who think that cruising isn't for them with all those like extra amenities and that luxury touch point that you wouldn't see on a normal, cruise.
Definitely. The demographic tends to skew a little younger, about 45 plus.
Okay.
And I think the reason why is because Emerald has all of the Emerald active excursions. So those are hiking, biking, kayaking. We include an Emerald active excursion every day. So we really get folks that want to be active, that want to be moving about, and then of course we have the regular tours as well, but we do include those Emerald Active, which are really popular for our guests.
Yeah, because a lot of the time you're going to some more like unknown destinations. So those who think like, I know I my friends all call me bougie. That's what I am. I won't deny it.
Kind of bougie too.
I And so when I have friends who want to do like a week in the Caribbean, I'm like, I have done every island in the Caribbean. Why waste a week of vacation? But I know you guys have, and I was looking at them, hundreds of different itineraries, not only like in the Mediterranean, but in the Caribbean, where you're doing like, as we talked about, St. Bart's, like you're doing a lot of these like tiny islands that you have not maybe not heard of or aren't as popular. So you're getting a more unique experience and understanding that culture a little differently, especially with those excursions.
It is really nice to have a smaller ship because we can get into some of these islands that nobody else can get into. For example, I was on the Grenadines trip in St. Vincent, and we went to an island. It's called Tobago Cays. It's 250 inhabitants. We walked on the beach. The fishermen were pulling lobster out of the water. We were able to have lobster for lunch. It was just an amazing experience.
Yeah, I've seen some of that where you guys are really into the supporting those local cultures too, where you're doing the Caribbean music on board or bringing them, doing that sort of stuff on this land. Um, and so I think that's pretty cool to kind of just see a different side versus I don't want to say over commercialized, but sometimes when you go to those big islands or those big cruise ports, it very much feels like it's just, a sales pitch everywhere.
It is, and we don't go to those type of islands. We go to the smaller, more unique ports.
Yeah.
And what we'll do once a cruise on our Caribbean cruises, we'll have a barbecue. So we'll find a private beach somewhere and set up, have the barbecue. We'll have the calypso music. It's just our own exclusive private event for our guests, and it's super popular. We bring the bar out, and it's just a fun event. I even had someone was telling me, a guest was telling me that they took one of these trips and they were in the water, and our crew even got in the water to serve them their drinks. So
I saw that photo and I want that photo in my life. Like, you have no idea.
that's service, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I do. I think I saw it on your guys' Facebook page where it was a guy in like full like suit and tie and he was serving champagne in the water. And I was like, I feel sorry for his outfit. It's gonna be so itchy, but I think that is such a cool like thing to see and do. Like how, who can say they've had that done?
I know our crew is amazing. I saw a stat on our crew, and we have a 97% return ratio on our crew.
Wow. Yeah.
And our crew is employed by Emerald. So our crew does not go through a third party. They work directly for Emerald, so they're employees. So it really is up to them to really create that guest satisfaction, and they have more empowerment to do that.
Definitely. That's awesome. As we were talking about like the onboard is I have like when I equate the Emerald Yachts, I think of just like the foodie experience that you guys provide. What does that, like look like on board, like the dining and things of that nature?
Well, I have to give a shout out to our own top chef. He's was on Bravo last year. His name is Chef Tom Gocher, and he's German. He was a runner-up in Germany Top Chef, and then was on World All Stars last year.
Okay.
And he came in fourth. He did really well. And so he's over all of our food, and he's now our hotel operations, but he's a very integral part in our cuisine. And so he oversees all of the food. So it's really amazing. And every night we have a local specialty. So the guests can try the local specialty along with the other menu items as
If
well.
you want
But
to be basic like I am sometimes.
right, right. If you just want chicken or you just want
Yeah.
fish, that's fine. That's there. But it's kind of fun when you're in the Caribbean or you're in the Mediterranean to have a local dish. So we
Yeah.
always provide that. We have a wide selection of alcohol on board. We have one restaurant because it is smaller. But what's really nice about this restaurant, it has a beautiful terrace that seats almost the whole ship. So
Okay.
if guests want to dine al fresco, they can, and it's just really a nice spot when we're in the warmer climates.
That's awesome. I do believe that don't you like on the pool deck you also have like a fast eatery, right? Or
We do. We have the pool cafe,
okay.
and that serves a light breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can see that. There's only 100 people on board. There's not that many places you can put everyone.
Right, right. So it's but the menu changes every night. It's a great way for the guests to get to know one another, and
Yeah.
it's very intimate, but not small. It's I think the space ratio of the restaurant is really nice, so you don't feel cramped or in this small little room. It's very beautiful. It's called La Cucina. And,
Okay,
mhm.
awesome. Well, because I know on my Facebook group, I've been like sharing photos of Emerald yachts and everything like that. So people, if they're watching this and are interested in what all of this looks like I have been posting it and sharing it. And if you do have any of those things, I can definitely point you in the right direction because I'll be putting a video at the back of this of just what the Emerald cruises look like because it's amazing. Um, and so I guess when we talk about that, like as you talked about before, that the client, it skews a little younger, right? So the average age is 45, which is young for cruises. And
Right.
even your mainstream lines is going to be like 50 plus because you have to look at like, you have those who are 90 and you have those that are below. So what is your ideal guest on board the Emerald Yachts?
So our ideal guests, as I mentioned, it skews 45 plus. I think guests that are active, that
Yeah,
want to be active, that because we do have our active shore excursions. They guests that like to stay in boutique hotels, that want something a little different. Guests that are into food and culture, that want something unique.
yeah.
That's what we tend to see in our guests.
I can see that just by like how we're describing everything because I think about you have all of these sort of things we've talked about. You also have a spa on board
Yes, we
and
do.
it looks absolutely amazing and and all of the little pieces that you guys have invested the space into, right? Like it's a small thing. And so those things that you're investing in.
Yes, we do have a spa because we realize that our guests want to keep active and want to keep up with their fitness regime. So we have this spa. It's a smaller spa, but it does have bikes, a rowing machine, some weights, and several people can fit in the gym at one time. So it's not teeny. We also have infrared sauna, which if anybody hasn't tried it, it's you sit on it and in it, and it heats you from the inside out. It's supposed to be a very healthy way to sauna. So those are available. We also have a hair salon. We have spa services. So we have a great massage therapist that perform massages and facials. And so you really can treat yourself as well. Those are the only things that aren't included. So this would be the spa services.
If it was included, we'd all be, fist fighting for those spots in the
They'd be
massage.
really busy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it is already. I know we've talked about the active person, but if someone why I love to be active, I also want those lazy moments. And
Hmm.
so, we do have, that ability to do that. You guys have, layout by the pool as like a Caribbean sort of thing. And you guys do have the ability to, like, if someone was, like uh had some walking issues or things like that, it's still able to handle that, correct?
Oh
Or
yeah. Oh
yeah.
yes. We have elevators throughout. So if someone didn't want to take the steps up to their stateroom, we have the
Yeah.
elevators. There's plenty of lounge space. We have a beautiful infinity pool back by the pool cafe. So there's plenty of lounge space by the pool. We also have what's called the sky bar and the sky deck.
Ooh,
And there's lots of lounge space up there, and we have a whirlpool up there for guests to enjoy.
nice.
So, and then we have a bar up there as well, where we have local entertainment, as well as the lounge area. There's a beautiful main lounge area where the cruise director will talk about what you're going to see the next day. So plenty of spaces to just relax, read a book. We even have an observation a deck and an observation room where guests can just sit back and read a book and just
Is there a
watch
bar
the
there?
world go
Love.
by.
Okay, awesome. Now, on top of just talking about how amazing Emerald Yachts are, because you have them sailing, I think you guys are getting three more yacht cruises
We
in the next couple of
are.
years.
We are getting three more. The Kaya, the Raya, Exara,
Yeah.
and they all have meanings,
Okay.
their names, and they're coming out in 2026. The Kaya will be out, and the others will be in 2027. So
Nice.
yeah, lots going on. We have two shipyards where we build all these beautiful ships, and we're Australian owned and operated, and our owner is very innovative and came up with the concept for these beautiful yachts. So,
They
uh,
are one of a kind. And I was going to say, and so that's why I wanted to have you on because I'm so excited because I'm going to be hosting a group on one of these for next Thanksgiving. Because it's always nice. We don't like to go too far, but we still like to stay in the sun because, us Californians, we get so cold in the winter. And so I saw this trip and it honestly it screamed to me because coming from the West Coast, getting to some of those islands that we were talking about before might be a little harder. And so we saw this one that starts in San Juan, Puerto Rico on my birthday, so no guilt trip for those who want to come. Um, and then ends in Miami and it does all of these cute little islands. And it's such an amazing experience. I was gonna say, because we were talking about that before, and the lesser known ports like San Salvador Island. You have Exuma, which you could go do the swimming with the pigs and things like that. So those are one of those things that I was talking about. But yeah,
yeah, it's a great itinerary. And as you mentioned, what's really nice is there's great airlift, obviously, to Miami, and
yeah.
then San Juan has really increased their airlift. So it's a lot easier to get to than some of the other islands. So it's great for travel, the travel aspect. And we're only doing two of these next year.
Oh, so it's
Um,
exclusive as well.
yeah, so it's really a great itinerary to take, and it's easy to get to. So from the West Coast. So, but yeah, I've heard about the pigs. That's a really big thing where
Yeah.
you swim with the pigs, and it's for any animal lover. It's like swimming with the stingrays, but it's with pigs.
I am someone who is so easily like, if someone's like, it's a tour, is this thing you're supposed to do here? I'm like, sign me up. Like, I have tried so many weird foods because they're like, this is what they eat here. And I'm like, okay. I want to be able to fully experience like the local culture as much as I can. And so that's what I kind of love doing those more small, exclusive, unique sort of locations.
That's what we do, and we'll have a beach party. Turks and Caicos has a beautiful beach.
Oh
So
yeah.
well, so the guests always have time to spend on beaches, and then we'll have also the water platform opened as well. So there'll be plenty of lounge time, plenty of sun time. It's a very nicely paced cruise. We leave in the evenings usually, so we have all day in these beautiful islands. Sometimes we'll stay over a night just to give folks a chance. So these yachts do have that ability, a bit the availability of that, so which is
Yeah.
really nice. So
When I think about it, I'm just thinking about how, because I was looking over like the pricing and the availability, and there was some amazing perks that are going on, especially this month. But being able to have as we said, the the private yacht experience and being able to experience it, do it without it having to totally break the bank, I think is so great and something that like it's if you look at it, it's actually not that much more expensive than going on one of those mainstream lines because it includes all the excursions, it includes all the drinks. You're getting that private attention, and you don't have to worry about, you know, 5,000 other people on the ship. You're really being able to do all of these extra things. And so, I always say it's like, okay, well, what is the price you're getting off the ship for versus what you're actually like getting on the ship for? And things of that nature. Um,
exactly. I was just on a big ship and I paid $200 for internet. And we include internet,
yeah,
so all of that is included. The alcohol, there's cost to that. The gratuities, there's cost to that. We include that. We even include gratuities for the step-on guide. So
that's
guests don't
awesome.
have to have local currency, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a great value for what we provide.
I think so. And I think that's what people like, and as I have been talking to a lot of people, is understanding that value. And so, a drinks package these days is like 85 to $90 a day. And so you're looking at, six to $700 just right there per person, of those like added values. And so that's where I think that it's so amazing to talk about the value versus focusing on like the certain price. But yeah, I honestly am so excited that I will be going on this. And so I'll be going November 21st, 2026, and we'll be exploring the Caribbean. And I want you to come along with me because it's going to be an amazing adventure.
Oh, you'll have a great time, and it's a great place to have a birthday.
Any reason to celebrate me? Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Kelly. I appreciate it so much. Honestly, I'm even more excited, and I need it to be November of next year already.
Right, right. Well, thank you for having me. This has been fun.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.